YouTube? Heretic here. I'm back with my Saturday and Sunday, so day 2 and day 3 deck profile from the Fort Wayne, or, sorry, not Fort Wayne, Brain Fart, the Indianapolis marathon for cities. I'm just, my brain is just, I haven't had much sleep this weekend. Before I go on, I'd like to do a special shout out to Taylor Mullins. How about those Patriots? Yeah, get by the Packers. Get wrecked. Alright, so anyway, this is my Virizion Genesect update. I decided that rather than playing Donphan mirror matches, wanted to have the advantage against it. And on the way, I picked up this epic new deck box from Mike Newman. So shout out to him as well.
Mike Newman's the coolest.
He's my buddy. There's a ho-oh on the back side of the tin tower. We don't really care about that though. It's Lugia, man. So, anyway, Virizion Genesect. 4 Virizions, because you want to open with him. 3 Genesect, he's your main attacker. I don't play the Manectric build because I like consistency, and I just feel like it's better like this. I may be wrong someday, but today I feel like I'm right. Someone will comment and say that I'm wrong. Jirachi, because I always regret not running that card, even though it's frail. 1 Deoxys. This was my Pokemon lineup at Fort Wayne in the standard. I added a couple of things because, like I said, I like having positive Donphan matchups when they are the meta, such as was the case especially on day 2. So I added a 2/2 Driftblim line, because Donphan decks in particular, as well as some other decks in the format, run a lot of special energies, and that makes this guy ridiculous, plus he only yields 1 prize. So yeah. I also had a hilarious thing happen with this card on day 3. I won the game with a Wind Blast off of 2 energy switches, courtesy of Skyla, a Jirachi, and an Ultra Ball, in reverse order. Supporters. 4 Junipers. Color scheme is green, kind of like the main attackers in the deck, so that's why I chose Juniper instead of Sycamore in this deck.
There's always a reason.
Oh, there's always a reason. 4 ends. 2 Colruses. That's our draw supporters. Then we play 2 Skylas for search. 2 Lysanders because Wobbuffet is a thing now. I mean, Garbodor is too, but that's whatever. Well, mainly Wobbuffet in like the Donphan decks, and just in whatever, like Gengar, other Psychic decks, if they pop up, which there were a couple here and there. And just because I feel like sometimes you're not going to be able to do the manual Plasma Energy attachment, and I still want to be able to control what my opponent has active. Also 1 Triad, which I've seriously considered dropping. Actually, Dion, the baller, and I were talking about potentially adding a target whistle so that we could repeatedly kill our opponent's Jirachis, and this was the card I was going to drop.
That's awesome.
But in the end, I didn't do it. 3 Ultra Ball. This artwork is better. If you disagree, burn in hell. I'm just kidding. 3 switches. Because we don't always open Virizion, and Escape Rope is a thing. 2 versus Seekers to reuse supporters, like Lysander. 2 energy switches, because when I played 3 before, they just kind of clutter in your hand a lot of times, and I don't really like that. Plus, you only need 2 to Wind Blast. 2 Enhanced Hammers kind of goes with Driftblim. It's also just really good in general. 1 Professor's Letter to search energy to your hand to charge up Virizion. 1 Colress Machine to speed charge or recover from a G booster with Genesect. And 1 Sticky Hands Tool Retriever for replacing like G booster, Muscle Band, and also getting rid of Flare Tools. And I'm going to start throwing cards on top of the cards that are already on the table because I don't have any more space. 3 Muscle Bands and G booster. Because if you play VirGen without G booster, then that's just terrible, and I feel sorry for you. Not really. 4 Plasma Energies, because again I like using red signal, and 9 grass energies. This is pretty similar to my Fort Wayne standard deck. Of course we didn't have Enhanced Hammer then, I didn't play Driftblim, and I didn't run Sticky Hands because we didn't have Flare Tools. That's about all for now as far as my deck profiles go. This deck, on day 2, I lost right off the bat to Travis Nunlist, and thought like, oh shit, here we go. And I proceeded to win 5 rounds in a row. Rounds 3 through 5 were 3 straight Dawn fans. All went very favorably. Beat a Seismitoad Pyroar in round 2. Don't ask me how that happened. I guess it was the Toads. And then ID'd with Dustin Zimmerman in the last round and played against Mike Newman in top 8. So, and then today I started 0-2, won 3 in a row, and then lost a mirror match at the end. So yeah,
It happens.
you're not going to make it there every day. 2 out of 3 in this kind of a setting, and this is a very difficult place to play. Pretty widely known. Large city championships. I mean, we're talking like 60+ people in the first 2 top 8s. I can't complain. Yeah, that's my Virizion Genesect Driftblim deck, and I'm Heretic. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Well, and I like it.